How many goals have they yielded this season? I don't think it stops tonight. Joe Schwartz wants to use the speed for all the space that San Jose leave, but really big surprise to not see Choupo-Moting.
Horrific flooding in the Texas Hill Country, the postponement of the Austin LAFC game. Austin will be traveling to San Jose on Tuesday night for the Open Cup quarterfinal, where they will face the Quakes. So our thoughts on the minds of those affected down in Texas. But here, Rongo just on the tardiness arriving. Costa. Oh, this is LaRue. LaRue! Well, if you saw the goal in the Cali Classico at Stanford Stadium, he's capable of great things.
Right, really good footwork here. In and out, to the left, back to the right. Look at the direction of this. The direction is perfect, just a little bit too high. But this is a center midfielder with a bit of...
A surreal experience for him to be playing in it. He said that in the post-game after last week's 1-1 game, which was a tale of two halves. The Quakes had good play in the first 45, said Bruce Arena, and then the Galaxy goal in the 90th minute to earn a point in that game.
Yeah, Carl Duncan played some great balls forward for both of those goals to Choupo-Moting. And the responsibility is falling to him at times. You know, he's the one that's in the wide area. No Cam Harper no more. What a sad story that is. He was in great form at the time of his injury.
He tore his ACL against Austin and is done for the remainder of the season. That's a huge loss for New York. They haven't been able to rely on the health of Lewis Morgan yet. Muscle injury just as he came back from the knee injury that kept him out from game one, Morgan. They'll feel they'll strengthen again in the secondary window. But here's Forsberg in the pocket. Emil Forsberg rolling along. Forsberg and Danielle. Another highlight reel save to his arsenal. And it comes early on the first big chance for the Red Bulls. His head to it, but wide.
And here is the play. He had Wiki Carmona. Probably should have passed, actually. It's a great fingertip save. Daniel, he's not let down at all this season. Forsberg trying to do it all by himself.
Little smile with Emil Forsberg. Valencia, sharp-suited left boot toward the back for Ayla. They run that play quite often, the Red Bulls. Calming presence in that defensive midfield, Edelman.
2v1.
Duncan, Sofo. Like Lloyd Sam says, never avoid a 2v1. Arango, a little bit of a car crash with Edelman.
So you have been listening to me, that's great. Never ignore 2v1. And there, Sofo and Duncan got to do better to create a chance.
Stroud picks out Forsberg, still motoring on. Forsberg! He is the epicenter of the Red Bulls attack, and he breaks the ice just after the quarter hour. Emil Forsberg, second straight game with a goal, 1-0 New York.
What great first touch, and then ball control and balance. Just have a look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, and then roof for the net. How has he kept control of that ball? Is he going left or right here? DeJuan Jones is unsure. And he blazes it into the roof of the net. That's why you spend big money on a DP to come to MLS.
Arango. Espinosa. South American force driving through along with Martinez out there. They'll go right back to the flag. The Red Bulls lead on the road here in San Jose. It's Espinosa. Arango down and shoved out of there. Right on the near post by Coronel.
He's dangerous from corners, wide set pieces. I thought Coronel might. I think the post was in the way.
Quakes are 1 goal shy of last season's total for the year. Harks And that header, Muni, and the hustle over. They're just bodies flying into that Red Bull penalty area. Muni's ability to read the game. Of course, when you're schooled at Indiana, one of the best college programs in history, it's getting better on the ball. Opportunity for the second-year player, the 10th pick in the draft in 2023. I don't think Bruce Arena and the Quakes too concerned about the chances they can concoct in the attack, but it's the message right now since they are down a goal and where they could be vulnerable defensively still.
I think the message is what you said earlier. Let's go get a couple goals. I think they just want to score more goals.
Still going, and Jones into Valencia.
I mean, defensively, I would maybe... VWP did not start that game. I thought Anatol Bang started that game.
Well, then you answered my trivia question. The three of you both started that up there. Anatol Bang.
Oh, yeah? Anatol Bang, wow. That takes me back.
Jesse Marsh, the head coach.
And he played me for 90 minutes. I do not believe you.
Unless it was a misprint.
I would have guessed about maybe 68.
Well, that was your last season in New York. Here's stepping forward. What a win, Muni. Martinez, Arango! Fires it into the crosshairs right at Coronel.
Yeah, look, there's the step from Mooney. Look at the time and space. Martinez doesn't need to pass it yet.
Emil Forsberg's goal is the difference. San Jose, the field tilt. Appearing they'll have 45 minutes to make that hold true. But the Quakes have a heavy arsenal, strong weaponry, which has been held shut for the first half. Emil Forsberg's goal is the difference. They parted ways. Bruce felt it was in the best interest for each, the organization and himself, to go in a different direction. The Red Bulls were still playing in Giant Stadium. It was kind of messy. They didn't have the training facility, which is also in the works now. Oh, for Arango. What a move, Arango! Curls to the outside.
Needed one more runner there. Once Arango gets it, it's a lot to do to beat your man and score from this far. He's always bending away that strike. He seemed to enjoy that part of his son saying that.
His 8-year-old son, Carlo.
He said him and his wife didn't say anything. It was just the son and the daughter just going at it.
This is the win probability. Red Bulls. Now this is the best memory I've heard from you now these last couple minutes. Here's Espinosa. Oh, tight in, and Rodriguez somehow sends that going the other direction.
Yeah, that was interesting from Rodriguez, keeping that alive somehow.
Muni. Or Costa. Step to the side for Valencia. Retreat here from Edelman and Stroud with Muni. Inviting maybe those center backs to come forward. Red Bulls in look of a turnover so they can get out in a track meet. Instead, Rodriguez, Martinez, Harks,
great ball.
On over for Costa.
I thought it was interesting. I didn't actually know what to make of it when he said it feels like a playoff game. Maybe because they don't see each other that many times. Well, a long way away from the playoffs, but
it's got a feel, though, for the Red Bulls and where they are right above that line, and it's
The importance of these wins
Scratching
now.
and clawing, yes, right around there. We're at that point of the season. We're past the 20-game mark. And the Red Bulls also have Leagues Cup on their plate. San Jose does not. Those spots going to MLS teams who finished within the top 9 of the playoff race from last season. New streamlined format for Leagues Cup coming up this year, starting at the end of the month. Danielle back from Harks. New York City is the only other team in a playoff place right now with 1 road win.
Wow.
Espinoza is running this down. Espinoza! Costa! Makes good on his second opportunity moments later. Vitor Costa, 1-1.
In the ball, a loose ball, and then a great ball over the top to Espinoza. And Vitor Costa makes up for it there. It's an own goal, or it touches a Red Bull player before going in, but it's a vital touch from Vitor Costa. Another assist from Christian Espinoza, but great work by Daniel Muni from the back, winning the ball, a loose ball in between 2 Red Bull players. Getting Christian Espinoza in behind, back in the game.
Sloppy going into that. Step quick, and then a 50-50 that ends up
Got to play on though.
Jones taking in a second yellow, and he's been sent off. On the arrival of this challenge.
And there he's steaming in. Oh, it's a big collision with Stroud. It just doesn't look clean at all.
Just hanging above that playoff line. Tied for 7th in the East.
Just remember a game earlier in the season for Red Bulls. I think it was a red card that Orlando had at Orlando, and there was no change to the game once Red Bulls went a man up, and that was a really disappointing game because obviously you expect the team with 11 to really be, you know, an onslaught. I'm wondering if there might be shades of that again.
Why do you think that happens so often? One team maybe can turn off thinking they've got the numerical advantage.
Yeah, some teams, yeah, they think the game's won. Sometimes bad play. Oh, that was good play.
Turn from Choupo-Moting. Uni does well. Choupo-Moting still going and hits it low at Danielle.
That was good from Choupo-Moting there. Great little run. He showed a lot there. Some strength as well. Yeah, some teams when you go up to it, 11 versus 10, you think it's just going to happen. You still have to put the ball in the back of the net. Good habits and all that.
Another good play, Carmona. Better feet, Choupo-Moting. Sofo. And the lead for Edelman. Just in the nick of time. Romney got his foot in there to redirect the flight path.
And I initially thought the set from Sofo was a bit too far here. Well, the space was there.
Eating up minutes at this end, the Red Bulls. Valencia in the corner. Wake's 3rd time they've had a red card in a game this season. Not the greatest ball from Omar Valencia, but he'll get a reprieve. Got off to a blistering start. We were seeing Minnesota in action, all the defensive assists. Valencia with 5 this year.
Quietly as well.
In it goes. Rongo's there at the post. Stroud and Edelman very comfortable there.
Oh,
that ball is in, but the flag is up. Nealis has the finger, the Mutombo wave. In an offside position.
He is onside, Sean Nealis.
But are they going to deem Choupo-Moting leaping active in the play as a distraction? Sofo.
Oh.
And on back for Hall. Definitely wanted to do better, the 17-year-olds. That's where Sandro Schwartz said he'd come on, he'd have the acumen of maybe a youth player, so stepping into the duels. But now he's gotten stronger. He's more confident in that aspect of his game, and it's showing.
Just the outlook on the player. Sometimes a young guy coming in, you turn that corner, and now you're like, okay, you're a first-team player. That's what I was getting from Sandro Schwartz.
Hefty dose still remaining here. Bogac slips. Hall. Sofo. Choupo-Moting. Choupo-Moting. And he hits it right at Danielle. Man, they want shooting it.
So man, they want shooting it. Maybe it's a long way away there.
Not necessarily in that circumstance.
Playing against 10, though, Red Bull should be fashioning better chances.
Kikanovic. He's fouled. Free kick for the Quakes. And the yellow comes out. Malik Badawi's been a busy referee in this second half. Doncor the foul.
Yeah, Doncor just gets that arm over. I think a foul's all right. Yellow card might be a bit extreme for that one.
Doncor got a lot of minutes toward the end of 2024. Now a set-piece threat for San Jose. Down a player, Espinoza. Arango Rodriguez, the header. It's a soft one at Cornell.
The Giants in there. There's a lot of big men for both teams in the box there. There is the header from Rodriguez. Set pieces. You won't really feel the man down in these situations.
Come to their feet, the Ultras end. Espinoza, the header is high from Judd. Doncor, Choupo-Moting. Looks over his options. Choupo-Moting! It took a deflection coming through. On cue, those seconds evaporate.
Someone should be saying that on the pitch.
A stalemate in San Jose.